Hi, excuse me. Hi, this is James Eade of the Eade Foundation. You can call me Jim. The Eade Foundation is dedicated to building chess communities through chess and through building communities through chess. And if you're part of a community, you're never alone. And today's show is called The Chess Files. The answers are out there. And today's question is online chess our future? And the answer is it depends. Some might say it's our present already. Some might say it can never replace over the board competition, OTB. And others might argue that it's plenty of room for both. There are several objections to online only chess. Many believe, as I do, that the experience is fundamentally different. There are aspects of OTB chess that do not translate online. There are no cues, such as those based on body language. Oh, that are important aspects of over-the-board chess that are missing in online chess. Over-the-board chess, you can instantly see when your move has flustered your opponent. This is useful information that cannot be gleaned online. The most a serious objection to online chess is the problem of cheating. Now, cheating can happen in over-the-board chess events as well, as many of us know. Organizers are well aware that in the past, the best players needed prize money to compete for in order to entice them to play, and few would pony up the money themselves. Some hit on the magic formula of offering significant prizes to class players because they pay entry fees, and there were simply more of them. If you enticed enough of them to play, they would finance the prizes for the top players. In addition to the prize money, the class players would be offered the rare opportunity to compete against the top players. The combination proved to be alluring enough to generate sufficient numbers of players that are willing to pay to play. Now, problem it was kind of a win-win-win situation for the class players, the top players, and the organizer, but there were some problems. One is that the chess players that were amateurs became expecting to win prize money. How could players that are actually mediocre be expected to be compensated? Now, the professionals, sure, of course, they should be compensated, but the amateurs, maybe not. And it led to cutthroat competition, which changed the game. For the over-the-board players that began playing when I began playing, it was a much different experience. And it discouraged the players who wanted to play simply for the love of the game. Because this cutthroat competition also encouraged cheating. Many of us are well aware of foreign players who would come in and establish a national chess rating that was below their playing strength and then compete in these big events and win these top prizes for the class players. So even the class players who were generally of that strength weren't facing fair competition. Now, there are other forms of cheating in over-the-board chess. This is not something that we could um, just turn a blind eye to. However, there is another problem with this whole concept, which was a win-win-win if you thought of it as just the players, the strong players, and the organizer, but it happened to be a stifling effect on the local organizers who are just paying low prize money, low, low entry fees, low prize money kinds of tournaments that we used to play in for the love of the game. These organizers became stifled because the big money, big entry fee, big prize money tournaments started to dominate, drove them out of business. So there was no way to pay just a small entry fee, and with the possibility of earning your entry fee back or maybe doubling it, but those fell by the wayside. So this was a problem. Now, online chess also has additional problems with cheating. Players could use engines to tell them what the best moves were. And you might think that you're playing against a human when you were playing against a computer. And if you wanted to play against a computer, you can play against the computer at home. You didn't have to go and play in what you thought was an international competition, and play against a player from a different country, which would be fun. which would be great, but they might be cheating. Or you might have a 12-year-old girl sign up for an underage competition and a grizzled veteran might be playing the moves for her. These types of things, we tried to fix. We tried to fix with engine detectors. We tried to fix with webcams, but these problems still remain. There's one guy, Sasha Starr, a friend of mine who has chessstars.com, and I advise you to visit that because he has another type of approach to eliminating cheating. And his approach is guess the next move. A couple of grandmasters might be playing, and your assignment is to guess their next move. Now, this is additional fun because every move matters. You're paying attention to every move. And this is something that is an enjoyable experience, brings the fun back into chess. And this is something that I personally approve of and I have participated in. And trying to guess a grandmaster like Alexei Shirov's next move proves quite challenging. Sometimes you can prep in the opening and make some progress, but then there's a move that you're sure he's going to play, and he plays something completely different, which is better than what you were sure he was going to play. So this is another type of approach. That the future cannot be predicted. I think there will be a place for over-the-board competition once this pandemic eases and we can go back to face-to-face competition because there is really no substitute for it. But there is also a place for online chess. I strongly believe that. Online chess is something that I don't participate in so much myself, but I think the young players can play so many players from so many places around the world. And in the EAT Foundation, we don't care what country you live in. We don't care what language you speak. If you play chess, you're part of the chess community. And if you're part of a community, you're never alone. So this is James Eade. You can call me Jim from the Eade Foundation. And this is the Chess Files. The answers are out there. Thank you for joining. And I wish you all the best. And every Friday, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, we're going to bring you the Chess Files. Next week's question will be told to you next week. Thank you. Thank you so much.